Hello again, this is Mark II. I needed to come up to the main base to get some wood. And now while I'm here though, I decided it's the weekend, it's Thursday, and I get every other Friday off, so tomorrow is one of those off Fridays. And that means my weekend's here, so I'm going to go back to the Nether instead. I'm going to re-equip. I've already built a few stone pickaxes for my next adventure, which will be down in the Nether, looking for another Nether fortress. We got Minecraft 1.5 yesterday, and I didn't notice any real changes except for these little golden streaks here. But it looks like they did something with the lighting glitch with half slabs in the overhead, and now it just looks like really terrible fluorescent lighting. I guess that's where the lights light things up. Anyway, it looks kind of, it reminds me of like a really cheap restaurant. And over here I got some wood. It's slightly better with wood, but not much. So anyway, I'm going to re-equip and just head on back down to the Nether and get my get together and get ready for the next thing, which will be to tunnel our way out to where we're over the existing Nether fortress, build another room from there, and then start going either north or south and looking for another one, because according to the wiki, Nether fortresses form up on north-south lines, so we know where one fortress is. Let's see how easy it is to find another one, since the one that we found does not have Nether wart. So next time you see me, we will be down in the Nether. Okay, here we are at the little room that leads down to the Nether fortress, down that way. We don't need to go down there because I know it's at minus 608 plus 54 minus 20. So I know that by going this way, Z numbers go more negative, so we're going to go that way until we come to the correct line. Using my cheap tools today, and I'm going to move very carefully because the Nether has steep drops and deep lava, and it's easy with the same texture all around you to miss the fact that you're about to step off of a sharp drop-off. You hear how all those ghasts are here. I swear they know I'm coming, and they always congregate and they taunt me, and I'm sure it's designed that way. So I don't know if anyone else has that problem or not. You might notice I have an iron sword there. This is a scouting mission. I really don't want to get into any kind of mischief this time. Don't want to have to fight anything. I'm probably a little overdressed. But the idea is if I do get into any, I'm probably going to get killed, and it won't be the first time. So you know, what else is new? Just a little bit further. And there we are. Now we need to get our X coordinate to minus 608. So which one's going to go up? We go that way. Would it be this way? Did I go up? did. Okay, we don't need to go up very far, just to a 608. Oh, we're here. Okay, now I want to dig this out a little bit, get a little working room here. So I'm going to build Actually, those coordinates are not directly over it. I'm not really as good at planning ahead as I might have led you to believe. In fact, I had to go back and look at a video where I had opened up the HUD. So let's just stretch this out just a little bit more. There we go. And now what we're going to do is spiral down to make sure that this is where we are, that this is the right place. So this is as good a place as any. Being very careful as we go down. The actual Y level of it is plus 54. We're at 118. So it's pretty far down. I think I'm just going to stop this here and we'll catch back up as soon as we get down to the roof. As they say, it's always a good idea to have a plan B. As we come down here, we're still quite high above where the fortress should be. We're at 105. It should be at 54, so it's a good 50 blocks down. And we've come out on this shelf, which is very exposed, actually. There's some overhead, but the gas are nearby, and I can't get very far from here without being shot at. So the best I can figure, the fortress is probably in that direction, but I'd have to go further along to confirm that. And I don't think I want to do that. I think what I'm going to do instead is do plan B, which is to return to the place high above and then just start my my pattern searching. What's happened around here is I got to this point, I realized I wasn't going to come out exactly where I wanted to, so I had to dig around and find like that I couldn't actually get down right away. Could have brought some gravel. I was thinking about getting gravel, but decided against that. It's just too far to go. So now, how did this happen? Oh, it's probably should have a way out around here somewhere. Or is it this one? Or isn't that one? Or is it the other way? Or is it this way? It's this way. There we go. Okay, no need for that information just now. So now we're just climbing back up, and we're going to pick an arbitrary north or south from here. Actually, no, we do need our. Let's see. So which way are we going to go? This way's north. So let's go 100 north, and that would be 200. So I would need about 3 more blocks of netherrack than I have right now. So I have exactly 5. So once I have 8 blocks of netherrack, I'll go ahead and build another room, and we'll try and go down again. That's pretty boring, so I'm going to stop this right now. I'm going to put up a torch so that I can see. And we'll come back when I get to that point, and we'll see how that one works out. Okay, we're here. I have dug out a little room. Let's see, what is the position here? 609, 117. So that's about right. Should be Z is minus 20, so we need about 100 in the negative direction. Let me turn down the gas a little bit. Let's see if there's a sound. Yeah. I want to be able to hear because you just never know what's going to happen. I guess that's slightly better. I could go in a spiral down here, or I can go straight down. I think what I'm going to do is take the spiral route, so I'm going to take left-hand spirals where I'll go down, and then I'll go down one more, and then I'll take a left-hand, go down, and then I'm going to keep doing that for a while, and that's fairly boring, so I will check back in when something important happens. Okay, something important happened. I came down to the bottom of this pit, and it looks like it heads out onto a shelf. So the next thing I'm going to need to do is find a way down to that shelf and see if I can see some of the territory around. Unfortunately, that's about all the pick I have left, is that little nub right there. So I'll dig what I can. I'll see if I can find something. Let's do that. When that breaks, I'll go back to my nether forward base. And be careful not to dig under your feet here. Yeah, because that's pretty far. But it looks like there might be a way to get to some kind of a shelf over here, but I want to make this safe before I start experimenting around. Okay, I'm out of pick, so I'm going to go back to my main nether base where I have some supplies, and we'll check back whenever I get back to this place. Okay, here we are. I've resupplied. I have some signs too, but I don't want those signs. They're on my hotbar. I'm going to put them up here. Okay, so I'm going to make some signs. So what we're going to do is work our way over here and see if we can find that shelf there. And we'll just, looks like we're getting a little closer to it. It's like, well, I guess not a shelf. We're trying to get down to the shelf. And it looks so close. This way. Alright, that's means we should keep going this way another couple. And it's out here. We're still kind of well. It isn't that far, but I want to be able to easily climb out because, of course, the gas are going to be shooting at me. It's kind of like their sport. They enjoy it. So let's see if we can find it going this way. It isn't that far. Whoops. Matter of fact, might here. Seems a fairly protected spot at any rate. A little bit of a cave here. And that looks like a tremendous drop off there. Well, the gas aren't going to be able to get in here. Those are some holes that I dug. And here's where we are. So let's see, let's go out and look at the obvious places. There's some glowstone, a little small amount, but one thing you always have to do is make sure that you mark where your exit is, because it's all pink down here, and it's easy to lose your bearings. So if we went in here, we would be able to get out this way. Seems a fairly safe place. I think what I'm going to do is go to set the render distance to far, which is not recommended on my pitiful old computer, I know, but that's okay. We'll live with it for now. Because of the benefits that it gives us, which is we'll be able to see a little further than we otherwise would. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to have to dig a little deeper get down to that ground level in order to really know where we're at here, if there's a fortress around. Not seeing any just yet. Wait a minute. Is that a fortress? Not just a fortress. It's a fortress we've already been to. Wait a minute. That's not right at all. It's definitely a fortress. It's definitely got lights on it. Goes way over there. Well, this doesn't make any sense at all. Yet I don't think it's the same one. The one that we were at before doesn't have this big structure sitting on top of it, not that I recall. But at any rate, this kind of proves the theory that if you go north-south lines, you're going to run into another fortress. But that's so peculiar, though, that it looks like it has lights on it. This is not a multiplayer server. There's nobody else here. I wonder if that's just some kind of a lighting issue, because that certainly does not look like the same one that we were at before. Looks much bigger, as a matter of fact, and it's got... Okay, well, that I'd say that's, but that looks like the structure that we built right over there. So it's possible. Yeah, that's the same one, I believe. It must be. It's got our lights, and it has the structure. Yep, that's it. You can just see it if you get the lighting right over on the left. And that's the little fortress entrance area. There's definitely torches all over the place. So that one there is the one where we are. Let's have a look here and get the coordinates so we know where it is. Minus 585. So that's not too far off. That's about 20. And then Z is minus 120, and we would normally be at minus 20. And the minus 20 would have been over near that structure over there. So this hasn't proven the theory at all because we just found the same one. We're just very close to it. But at any rate, we can see from here that I didn't miss anything when I was looking around in vain for Nether Wart. So I have mixed feelings about that, actually. Kind of, in a way, I wish that I would discover there was a whole different section to visit, but I know I went to all of those, and yep, that's definitely cobblestone, and those are definitely torches, and I've definitely been throughout that entire fortress. So we still need to prove whether or not the theory works. So what we're going to do is head back. We're going to go back up here. We're going to set our render distance back to something that my machine is a little better equipped to handle. I know I'm due for a new one, but I'm going to hold off a little bit because I'm a cheapskate. Yes, I certainly am, fellas. Say, weren't you at my place not too far ago? Yeah, there was a big party. It was a huge. Yeah, wasn't that awesome? Well, that was the day, man. Oh, hey, where are you going? Must have been embarrassed or something. Okay, so there you go. Maybe the issue is we just need to go further than 100, because 100 is not too far off from dead on, but we did manage to find the fortress, and we did verify that that's where it is. So that's a good sign. Now all we need to do is put up a sign, and the sign is going to say something like old fortress here or something like that. Fortress 1, we're going to call it. Good enough. Have a look down at the Fortress 1, and then from there we will go north, I think. We'll keep going this direction. What direction is this? You can actually tell the direction if you notice that the netherrack always has an L, and somehow or another that lines up with north. I think it's facing north, so that would mean to my right is north from this position. So let's test that theory. 1, 2, 3. Yes, north. So the ones that are on the ground, if you see the L, which let me align that, there's the L, and it's facing that direction, and that is north. So that's a bit of trivia for you. Don't know if it's of any practical use, but I think that we would probably need to go more than 100 then, because 100 really barely does anything. That kept us in the same realm as the original fortress, so 608. So that we kept the X coordinate pretty much at 0, and we just moved 100 in the Z coordinate. That would be the north-south, So we need to go more than 100, so we'll probably go, I don't know, 500 maybe. But then again, I don't know how far apart they are. There might be one very close. We'll go more than 100. But at any rate, that's a pretty boring project. I'll just go for this session. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to use up what picks I have. And that's all the picks I have here in the Nether. So I'll be having to be heading back to okay, I've gone about 200. I have very little pickaxe left. So that's not what I wanted to do. Actually, I wanted this one. Because if I don't find anything here, I'll continue on in that direction and I'll start digging there. And I think that instead of trying to spiral down, it's probably better to go in a straight line, because that means by the time I get down, at this point we are Y118, so we'll be a good 60 or so advanced from here, so that puts us even further away from the other fortress. And I'm terribly sorry that we have high pollen around here. It's kind of messing with my ability to speak. But don't worry, I'll be fine as long as the gas don't shoot at me too much. This is all the pickaxe I have, so if it doesn't last to the end of this part of the mission, that will be the end of that for a while, because I'll have to head all the way back to home base, and that's quite a walk. One thing that I miss between this and some other games is the ability to teleport, just to set a beacon or something. And sounds like a cave. Just head back wherever you want to go. Of course, you could always just die and end up back home again. So that could save a little bit of walking. And that's okay. I've had to do that from the Nether before. The first time I came down here, I did not realize that a gas could blow out your... Gas could blow out your... Wow, that looks far. That looks exceedingly far. I'm going to set the render distance here. Not too far, speaking of far. And maybe be able to see something down there. Let that work a little bit. Anyway, I did not realize there's a ghast right there. Man, if I had my bow, I could have killed him. If the ghast sees, that's lava. That's all lava. This would be a horrible place to be spleefed by a ghast. I wonder how far out that goes, though. Okay, over in that direction there seems to be landfall. So we'll just head over that way if we can. Let's see, what else do we have? We know there's something that way. Let's see. Is there anything this way? Possibly. We know that we are above the gas. Yeah. Well, it does look like there's lava. So that's probably not the best way to proceed. I'm going to put up a sign there so that I know not to dig, because there's a lava lake over there somewhere. And let's see. So that's a bad place to be digging. Let's see if we can make a little progress this way. So what direction was that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's a fortress. That's a fortress. We found another fortress. The question is, how do you get to that fortress from here? That fortress does not have lights on it. It does not have any of the characteristics of the other one. I'm hoping that the ghast do not see me. But yeah, that's a fortress, and it's not the same one. Now this one, that's all just a constant when there's not really a, you can tell because they form arches when there's no passageway on it. They're just square when there's a passageway in them. I'm going to seal that just enough to make it safe so that I don't happen to fall down there. And I'm going to put a marker here. But yeah, now the next thing from here will be to figure out how to assault that fortress. But I believe that what we've done today that's of great historic significance is we have gathered evidence proving that the fortresses do fall on north-south lines. And not only that, they're not that far apart. That was only about 200 from the original fortress. So anyway, I'm going to sign off now. I will give some thought to what to do next and how to assault them, because it's a long way off. We're going to have to do a little more reconnaissance before we can attack that, because I don't know how to get there. There's a lot of lava between where we are and where we need to be. It might be better to try to dig further over in that direction, get a from above and come down from above. I do have some gravel here in the Nether just for the situation where I would be above a fortress and would find the need to climb down. There was a cave. This is a cave, and you will run into these, and this is why you have to be very careful walking through here, because it's all pink. It's like a goth chick's nightmare sometimes around here. And not that there's anything wrong with being a goth chick, but it's what I imagine their bedroom would look like. Not that I would know. So anyway, I think I'm going to stop this segment here because I don't have anything further to say. This is actually a great accomplishment, I think, being able to say, yes, indeed, go north or south. And we were going, just for posterity, we were going north. But it should work going south as well. So the first part of our experiment showed, if you don't know where a fortress is, go east-west until you find one. And then, once you find one, go north-south until you find the one that you need. The next thing we're going to have to prove is whether or not the one that we find this time ends up having the resources that I crave, which is another wart. And of course, it's going to require an assault on that fortress, and that will require supplies that I don't have here. So, for now, we'll end it here in this hellish pink corridor, and probably catch that in the next episode. I think we probably have enough material here for one. So thank you for watching, and have a peaceful and restful weekend. I know I will. Okay, this is awesome. I got back from Nether, and I had noticed in the list of stuff they did is they'd added Nether brick, and I thought I had seen it in a snapshot, And here's how it works. You cook your netherrack, turns into nether brick. And then I think the nether brick works the same way as clay brick, where you can create the blocks out of it, so it takes like 4 to make one. So now I don't have to mine for nether brick in a nether fortress anymore. I can just make it out of netherrack. And just for example, I have a lot of netherrack. I've been down there a lot, and I got netherrack all over the place. I got netherrack coming out of my little storage area here. I got tons of netherrack. Got netherrack in my overflow. I've got netherrack everywhere I can think of. Here's netherrack. I've got netherrack. Now I can make it into nether brick. That's awesome. I'm going to have to expand my storage. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you before I signed off finally, and for real this time. Thank you very much, and I know it might not be your weekend, but it's my weekend, so enjoy it. Thank you.